Slump test, wet concrete test of consistency or workability using a cone. The slump test is a wet concrete test of consistency or workability. A cone mold, 20 centimeters bottom diameter, 10 centimeters top diameter, and 30 centimeters tall, is filled with wet concrete, tamped to compact the concrete, and when the cone is removed, the cone of wet concrete will slump down into three basic configurations: collapse, shear, or true slump. A collapse is where the pile mushes down. A shear is where part of the cone remains and the rest shears off the side, and a true slump is where the cone shape remains intact but just sinks straight down. The slump test is not good for low workability concretes and high workability concretes like self-consolidating concrete, SEC, which basically flows like water. The slump test is a wet concrete test as opposed to placing some of the wet concrete into a cylinder mold 4-inch diameter by 12 inches, which is allowed to dry and then crushed later to verify the compression strength of the installed concrete. The slump test is regulated by ACI ASTM C143. The slump measurement is the distance down from the top of the cone to the slump. It should not be greater than 12 inches. The slump test is a wet concrete test of consistency or workability. Multiple choice questions, slump test. A. Vibrating wet concrete removes air pockets and voids. B. Intentional tiny air bubbles in concrete help with freeze-thaw. C. Concrete cylinder test to measure compression strength. D. Wet concrete test of consistency or workability using a cone. So the best answer choice in this case from what we've been given for slump test is D as in dog, wet concrete test of consistency or workability using a cone.